Hi there, this is Jen, and thanks for joining me today. Today I'm working with a really fun product. This is the Mailbox Die, so it's set A and set B, and it comes as a bundle, so it comes as one set. But it makes this really cute mailbox, and so we're going to go ahead and create that today. I am making some Christmas mailboxes today, but this is definitely a die set that can be used for pretty much any occasion. I'm also going to show you a card using a part of this die set as well. So I watched Sandra's video. If you search the Pixie Dust channel for this die set, you'll find Sandra's video where she goes over how to put this together as well, and she has really great instructions. And one of those is to go ahead and use a bone folder to curve the paper or break the fibers of the paper up a little bit so it curves a little bit easier. I always make a prototype before I do my actual video, and I'll show you that box as well. But I don't know, for some reason I had a little bit of trouble with this paper that I'm using to make the box today, but I'm going to go ahead and show you all the pieces and the parts. I've cut out everything using some pattern paper from my stash, and so I've gone ahead and I've kind of broken the fibers up of that part that's going to curve over the top of the mailbox, and then I did use that little piece where the mail actually is inserted. And so this these dies right here are going to be the sides, and so there is kind of like a main side piece, and then you have kind of the decorative side piece, and you can either use these decorative side pieces or not. It's totally up to you, but I'm going to go ahead and add some adhesive and repeat this process for both sides of the die or the die cut. And once I have that done, I'm going to go ahead and take my bone folder, and there are score lines on the sides. So these side flaps have score lines, and then across the top, kind of that, all those little pieces that are going to make this circle or the curve on the top of the mailbox, those all have score lines as well. So I'm going to go ahead and bend these two flaps over and use my bone folder to just crease those really nicely. And then for the top, I'm just going to bend those right over. They bend over really super easily, and as you can see, that's how this is going to attach to that main mailbox piece. So I'll go ahead and repeat that for both sides. And then for the adhesive, I'm going to go ahead and only put adhesive on the one big tab first, because this is the front, and then I will add adhesive all to the top of all those little tabbies. And this glue dries super quick, plus it's very dry where I live, and so I did have to reapply the glue. So when I did the other side, I went ahead and I just did the one side tab piece right here that I'm putting on, and then after I got that, then I went ahead and added the liquid glue. But you're just going to match up so that when you attach the side piece, it is even with the bottom, so that the feet will rest evenly. And then you're just going to take the paper and push it against all those little tabs and curve that over. And then I also did take my bone folder and kind of push those tabs up against that piece of paper so it curved really nicely. And then I'm going to repeat that same process on the other side. So I'll go ahead and add adhesive and attach the other side of the box. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and move on and put the bottom of the box on. I'm going to do it now before I put the front of the mailbox on, but you can definitely do it after you put the front of the mailbox on, because there is that opening that pulls down where you could put your hand through and still put the bottom of the box. So this die and this piece of paper is the bottom of the box. I'm going to fold all of my flaps down along those score lines and add some liquid adhesive. And I actually didn't need to put adhesive on that part that I just did, because that's going to be where the front of the box attaches. But I'm just going to line up the bottom of the box with the kind of the line between the feet. And then the next die I'm going to use is going to be the front of the mailbox. So this is the part that has kind of a score on the bottom where you can open and close to take out the little pieces of mail or whatever you want to put in there. And to keep the mailbox door shut, there are these two teardrop dies One is larger than the other, so I'm going to add some adhesive and glue these together. You don't necessarily have to glue these together. It just depends on how you're going to attach it. I'm going to go ahead and use a brad. I think that's the easiest way to kind of make that still movable. And so I just found a tiny little brad in my stash, and I'm going to go ahead and put that through the hole of the teardrop die cuts and then through the actual hole in the opening of the mailbox. And so I'll go ahead and push the feet of the brads. I don't know what that's called. To push those down, and then I will add some adhesive to the back of this piece. And as you can see, that turns up really easily so that you can push it up to open the mailbox and then push it down to keep it closed. And then I will add some adhesive, and then this is going to go on the front of the mailbox. And the fun thing about this die set is that it can be used for really pretty much any occasion. You can embellish it to your heart's content. There's just so many things. I kind of left mine a little bit plain because I couldn't, I don't know if my creativity is just stalled right now, but I couldn't think of other things to do. But I would definitely be using this die again and sharing those projects with you as well. So, but really it's up to your imagination exactly how much you want to embellish this, but there's lots of different samples on the Pixi Dust Design store. You can see some different samples of how this was used as well, but I'm going to go ahead and add the little handle on now. So this is just to go ahead and open the mailbox. And so basically all I did was turned the two ends up, or folded them so that it created this little handle. So I'll add a little bit of adhesive to that and then attach that piece. And then on the other side of the box, which is where you put the mail in, there are these dies that you can use to go ahead and just fancy it up a little bit. I took a stamp from the Christmas Gnome stamp set and stamped up the sentiment on this. And then I'm going to add these other pieces, and all of these dies come in this set. And then to decorate the box, I am using some of the stamps from that Christmas Gnomes stamp set. I went ahead and colored them up in with Copic markers. But here's the box, and you see how cool that is. You can put little candies in there, and you might be able to fit a gift. I'm not sure if you can fit a gift card in there or not, but you can fit little candies or other tiny little treats in there. And then this die right here is for the cute little envelopes that go along with this. It's super easy to fold. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold over, making sure to keep the curved end up because that's where the top of the flap is. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of adhesive to each of the sides of this little envelope, and then shut it. And then I'm also going to glue it totally shut, but you can put tiny little notes in there and like stamp something on them or something like that. I think that would be super cool, especially for Valentine's Day. This could be a Valentine's Day mailbox, and then they just go in that little slit in the box, and then you open up the back to get that out. So that is super fun. And then here are the stamps that I used, and then the finished product. And like I said, I kept it a little plain, but I definitely will be making some more projects using this die set. And then for my other sample that I made, kind of my prototype that I made, I always like to make a sample before I go ahead and actually make the video, just to make sure I know what I'm doing. And so I decorated this one with some poinsettia leaves and did a little bit of Christmas paper as well. And then lastly, I wanted to show you a card that I made. And again, this is fairly simple. I added a little bit of foam tape to the back of this, so there is a little space. If you wanted to even add something bigger, you can just thicken up the foams. It would just make the card a little bit thicker. But basically, I just took the front of the mailbox and attached it to my card, and then I took the cute little envelopes, and on this one I stamped sending birthday wishes. And so that is my video for today. I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe to the Pixi Dust Designs YouTube channel, as well as check out the blog. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time.